The $80 filmmaking secret that will transform your video from this to this. Welcome to another tutorial from the INGAF Free Film School, also known as the Cinematic Organisation of Camera Know-How. And today my tip will cost you some money, but it's totally worth it as it will transform your videos from the ordinary to the mind-blowingly cinematic. If you use a DSLR or a mirrorless camera for shooting video, the unfortunate issue you may struggle with is that your footage always looks a bit too much like video and not enough like film. In truth, those filmic qualities come from multiple sources: lighting, set design, colouring, but the one thing this hack overcomes is how overly sharp and digital modern cameras can make your footage look. The tool to fix that, and that this tutorial is based around, is a Pro Mist filter. For this video, we're using a K&F Concept Black Mist at a 1/4 strength, but there are loads of similarly branded filters on the market. I only bought the K&F version because I'm a cheapskate. A Pro Mist filter softens highlights with a bloom style glow that spills into the shadows of your shot, creating less contrast in the image. The softening of your contrast gives your footage a hint of a filmic feel as it drops some of that digital sharpness away. It is a great tool for filming on faces as it softens the skin and the harshness associated with higher resolution digital video. But a filter on its own won't make your shot cinematic. You need to look for conditions where the Black Mist filter levels up your simple clips, well, to more cinematic footage. And that is where this video comes to life in a true free example fashion, like a top 3. After all, we're online video and attention spans here are tight. So let's go. Number 1, softening skin tones. First up, this filter is perfect for shooting talking head shots. It should be the go-to for fashion or portrait footage. When the subject is a person, you get to see smoothness across the skin tones. The halation or blooming of the light source, well, it spreads across the frame, gently softening your subject, and best of all, it does this without losing any texture and detail. In particular, I love the subtle haze created, which instantly gives my subject and frame more visual interest. There is some noticeable drop-off in contrast here. This is because I'm using a 1/4 filter strength, which is, well, fairly strong. If I wanted to have a less dramatic effect, well, I could use the softer 1/8 filter. Number 2, light leaks. This filter isn't just great at beautifying faces. In this shot, facing the sun, you can see the dreamy atmospheric difference that is given to the video as soon as we add this filter. I would say that this is possibly one of my favourite uses for the filter. When finding shots like this, well, they amplify the effect of the filter. We are seeking out light flares, dramatic changes in highlights, any situation where we can get the light to flare right across the lens. And by doing so, we're creating really interesting texture and the aesthetic that can be achieved by a Pro Mist filter. Number 3, adding texture. One of the best indoor shots you can get to elevate your footage with this filter is with some natural light spilling into a room. To create this shot, I'm using a single key light to the front of my subject and a blast of a smoke machine to create some, well, soft movement and texture, some interest with the light. I love how a mixture of the light and this filter combined give your filled frame character and depth. Beyond those 3 tips, there are many more ways that you can get the Pro Mist filter to transform your footage. Seek out sources of light, especially at night, and also my favourite, which is sunrises or sunset shots. They simply look incredible. So there you have it, the $80 tip that was kept firmly a secret in Hollywood. The cinematic organisation of camera know-how just exposed it to you, but the juicy tips don't end there. Before you go and buy a dozen of these filters, stop. Just buy the biggest version that you can afford, probably the 82mm, and then get a cheap set of step-up rings. This way, you can adapt one filter to all of your lenses and save yourself a small fortune. It's all part of the free service here from the cinematic organisation of camera know-how. And if that tip was so pleasurable that you want to thank me, well, it's simple. Just ring my bell below and come back to see me expose more tips in the future. There are, of course, some links below, and everything featured here in this video you can find on those links, so be sure to check those out. And remember, thumbs show love. Be careful where you put them. Bye!